Okay.
Okay. Hey there. I'm Whitney Bell. Hi, ladies, Green Compass, men, whoever's deciding to join us. We are so excited to be here with you. We are not going to take a whole lot of your time. We know everybody loves their Sundays. Me, I'm pajamas on the bottom right now. So we were asked by Emily to come on here. Evidently, this is the biggest request across the field for women to talk about doing this business at a later stage in your life. I'm 60. A lot of ladies on here are in their 50s and 60s, and there's a lot of women that want to join the business, but they're nervous about it. So we want to kind of give you a few ideas as to why this might be a great fit for you, even at, a later stage in your life. I am 60 years old. I started this 5 years ago before we even had a website. I saw somebody post about it, and I was interested in it because I was already in a deep dive with my own health. I'm a 17-year breast cancer survivor. And so I was really kind of looking for something for myself and for my family to deep dive a little bit more into preventative medicine. I'm not a big pharma person. I don't like all that stuff. I want to do as much as I can do naturally. So when I saw this post on Facebook, it piqued my curiosity because I had heard about CBD, but really didn't know anything about it. So I messaged the guy that posted, and long story short, he said, I don't have any idea what I'm doing. I just joined the company because I'm a firm believer in what it's standing for right now, and I know CBD can do great things. So here's Emily Beal's number. Call her. So I called her, and we had a wonderful conversation. And, just kind of on a wing and a prayer, I decided to start. Put it on a credit card, never looked back, did not know a thing. We didn't have a website. We didn't have our products ready. We had nothing at that time. So, I just did a little bit of reading, and I stayed in touch with the people on Facebook, through our groups and everything. And I just learned as I went. And then as I grew my little team, which is small, it's not a giant team, I learned more, I met new people, and it's just it all kind of comes together. I have a passion for what these products have done for me and my family, my mother who has an autoimmune disease, family members who have had horrible arthritis, me being a cancer survivor. There's just so many things that it can help with. I even took some before this Zoom because my anxiety is like here. Anyway, so it's been a wonderful thing for me. And during this whole thing, I was able to, down the road, meet my friend Tracy, who's doing this with me as well. So Tracy, why don't you introduce yourself and how you got started?
Okay, so my name's Tracy Thompson, and I live in Maine. It's nice and cold up here today. So I was fortunate enough to Google organic solutions for better sleep. That's what I did. I Googled that. My mom wasn't sleeping well, and she would not take any prescription drugs. And I'm like, you need to sleep. So I did whatever I could to find it. I found CBD could help with pain and help with sleep. I said, perfect. Could help her in both ways. And then I had happened to see my good friend, Kelly Russell. We had gone to high school together. And ironically, Kelly had met Whitney in Jamaica, and that's how they got connected. We live in Maine, Whitney's in Virginia Beach. So it was like kind of a weird connection. And then I got to talk to Kelly about CBD because I had saw she was posting things about it. So just a simple Google search for something organic and natural, my good friend selling CBD, and then it worked out that Green Compass was just starting out. So it was May of 2019. So when I had seen the products that I could try for my mom, I just bought the kit because it was a good deal, right? I like to save money and you can get more bang for your buck. So I had no intention on selling. I had no idea what it was. I gave it to my mom, and then only after a few weeks, I thought, well, if my mom's taking it, I should take it, even though there's nothing wrong with me, right? And then I realized that it was helping me as well, which was amazing because I thought it was normal to be uptight and anxious all the time. I thought that was normal. So it was a blessing for me as well to get involved with Green Compass in that way. But when I started, I was 49 years old. It was 2019. And I had no intention on selling. Like, I just thought, I'm just going to get this for my mom and me, since it's obviously helping me. And then after about a year into it is when I realized I'm not even trying to sell this, and I'm selling and I'm getting people to sign on under me. And I'm like, I'm not even trying. And then I thought, well, maybe if I tried a little harder, this could be my 5-year retirement plan, right? I could make it so that I could retire in 5 years. So my 5 years is coming up in 2 more years. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But that's how I got started. You know, it's just kind of, I want to help my mom. I ended up helping a few other people. Didn't think anything of it. And then it became this wonderful business. So
the thing that I've really, I've had so much joy watching people because, you know, they say, find your why, and that's what will drive you in business. Some people have a why that's, I just want to feel better. Some people have a why about, you know, I want to earn cash for my kids' college fund. You know, I didn't get into this for the money. I wanted to do something. I was approaching that age of wanting to retire. And I thought, you know, I just want something to do, you know, and yeah, it'd be great if I make a little income off of it. I'm fortunate enough, I don't need the money. And a lot of people our age really don't need the extra money. It's always nice, but you don't, you know, necessarily need it. But I was a nanny for almost 40 years of my life, raising other kids. And I already had that nurturing, caring for thing going on. And what a great fit to fall into this straight, you know, out of that, and be able to care for people in a different way, you know, and not only care for people, but also, you know, I'm getting up in age, so I'm better qualified to talk to people about aches and pains and all the things that we're all going through in our age group. So it was just a perfect fit for me. I was actually able to replace my income after being in this for 9 months, and I walked away from my job, and it was bittersweet, but it's been a wonderful experience for me. And it's been 5 years of it. You know, I've had great years and I've had slow years, and that's okay, because what it gives me personally is the most important thing for me. So Tracy and I came up with a couple of just a couple of questions. We decided to do this thing more on a, you know, question and answer basis, because we thought it would help you guys a little bit more than just, you know, drilling a bunch of facts into you. It's more comfortable to feel like we're just girlfriends chit-chatting. So let me start with you, Tracy, with the first question that we had. Why do you think that this opportunity is so great for people our age specifically?
Age. Okay. Well, one really good thing that I think of is that we can be totally relatable. Before this call started, we were talking about a few things that we as mature women are dealing with, you know, and when, let's say my mom, you know, needed some help and she was looking around, she may not feel as comfortable talking to someone who is her granddaughter's age. You know, she might not feel that comfortable. So she feels, obviously with me, I'm her daughter, but with people that are a little bit more older, more mature, that totally understand what you're going through. So I think that we are relatable. And there's so many, every age group needs CBD for a different reason. You know, they're all going through different things. And when we can talk amongst each other and we know, it's like, yes, I know exactly what you mean about, you know, like menopause or anything like that, it's relatable, you know. So I think that people feel more comfortable coming to us. Another great thing about it, we're talking about why it's a good idea, is like, I have so many things that I want to talk about. So we can relate. There's a sense of community. So once you have kids, you know, you go through that kid phase where all of your friends are the kids' friends because you're going to all their sports and you're seeing them, or you're just running around too much where you don't really have a lot of friend time. Well, now the kids are gone. We have this free time. We're meeting with people. We're traveling more. I've traveled more in the last, you know, 4 years than I did before. I get to go see different places, meet new people. I'm getting new friendships. Like I never would have met Whitney if it wasn't for CBD, right? Or yeah, really, because you met through Kelly. So lots of great new old friends, as I like to say, travel, personal growth too. A lot of times when you're raising kids, you're just focused on them. You want them to have the best life. You're trying to do everything for them. And then now it's like the kids are gone. And I'll tell you what, both of my kids bought a home in the same month. And so my daughter was 20, my son was 22. They were gone. They bought homes. They weren't coming back. And I thought I was very happy for them, but that was real. That was like empty nest syndrome. Like I always thought people are like, why are you sad about that? Well, they weren't coming back. So I'm like, now what? Now what do I do? You know, they're not coming back. So I have this free time where I can meet new people and hang out and learn. And I don't know. It's so much fun. I love it. How about you, Whitney?
That's awesome. So ditto. I agree with all of that. I feel like we should have a over 50 Zoom once a month and everybody get on here. It'd be so much fun, wouldn't it? Anyway, I agree with you with everything that you said. And I also kind of feel like, you know, as you're getting older, if you're going through your 50s and you're starting to think about, you know, what's next, because, you know, you don't want to be a victim of that old adage, you stop living, you die. I mean, you have to have something. You know, some people pick up pickleball, some people go play golf, some people do a book club. I didn't have all that. You know, I had been so busy during the day with the kids all the time. And then in the evenings, you know, home and, you know, worrying about my husband, and he runs his own company and helping him in any way we can. And then yard work and all the stuff. But I needed something that was just for me. Yeah. And to be honest with you, I needed a purpose because I had that purpose for so many years. I needed something that was going to feed me, feed my soul, feed my needs of wanting to do something that was just mine. So that was really important for me. And like I said, you know, yeah, the money's great, but that's not what drives me. What drives me is when I get phone calls from people that say, I haven't had a migraine in 8 weeks, or I have not slept this good in 5 years. I mean, there's no price you can put on that. And for me, I mean, I probably should have been a nurse in another life, but for me, just making people feel better, improving that health. And also, you know, you kind of have to put a little focus on preventative medicine. People just don't think about that these days, and you have to. Because what we do to our bodies now is going to carry us through as we age. And I want to not just survive when I'm older, I want to thrive. Right. So this has helped me teach a lot of people, you know, my parents' age, to do that. And I think that's really valuable. So this gives me a lot personally. All right, Tracy, let's see. What was the other question? We had one more. We
talked about like misconceptions, like why people might hesitate. Maybe I don't want to join a network marketing company because inventory, right? People are worried about, oh, are we gonna have to buy inventory? No, you don't have to buy anything extra. Buy what you need, buy what you want to use.
Right.
That's the great thing about it. And another thing is you don't have to buy. If there's a month where you have enough, you don't have to spend money every month. That's, you don't have to hit a quota every month, unless you're trying to earn. Obviously, there are things you need to do. If you want to build a business, it's a whole different thing. But you have to match your hustle to your goal, right? If you have a goal of, earning 5-6 figures a month, well, then you're going to have to hustle every single day. It's not hard work, but it's a lot of work. It's not hard, but it's a commitment, and you have to, stick with it every day. And it's so possible because we've seen it happen. But if you're in this to feel better and live better and help a few people around you, then this is where you need to be. There's no commitment. If the worst thing that could happen is that you help, a few people around you feel better and live better. So,
right. I agree. I love that. Have what did you say? Make your hustle
match your goal.
Match your goal. That's amazing. I got to write that down. So another thing that for me, one of the biggest misconceptions for me, so I've always supported my friends that are in network marketing. I have found wonderful products. You know, for a long time, I used another skincare. And I use some vitamins and gut health things from another company. I've done that for 8 years. Love my girlfriends that sell, love them for doing their business. It was never for me because I'm not a salesperson. How many times have we heard that? 1,000.
Yeah.
And the thing that I can tell you is you don't have to be a salesperson. All you're doing is sharing something that you love. If you try it and it works, you're going to talk about it. When I have a fantastic dinner somewhere, I'm going to tell everybody that wants to listen how great this restaurant was. It is no different. You know, the stars get paid for doing that stuff. We might as well get paid for it, right? Share what you love. And another misconception that I have was I always thought for so many years that people that were in network marketing, people that were in the MLM world, they were all 30 years old. They were all skinny. They all had the perfect outfits, the perfect face with the filters and all the stuff, and the perfect wide rim hat. I mean, we've all seen it, right? I didn't fit in that. So I thought, how can I possibly ever do this? And I had to have a real come to Jesus talk with myself and just say, you know what? It's not about them. It's about you. What do you want out of this? You know, your why is as big as you want to make it. I mean, like I said earlier, for some people, it's, you know, I want a shoe allowance. Me, I don't care about shoes. Some people want to put their kids through school. Some people want a retirement fund. I mean, I personally have banked everything that I've done with Green Compass. I have not had to spend a dime of what I've made in 5 years. So that's really fun to watch for me. That's my why, watching that, but also helping people feel better. But you don't have to fit into a cookie cutter mold. That's the whole thing. It's really a preconceived thing in your brain. You just have to get it out of there. You can be any walk of life, any size, any look, man, woman, you know, in between. It really does not matter. It's for me, that is one other thing I was thinking of. I was looking at my notes. Sorry about that. Social media. I am old school. I never took typing in school. I didn't know how to get on a computer, iPad, or an iPhone until about 8 years ago. I don't know how to do stories. I don't know how to do all these things. I can't even tell you where to find a TikTok. So I just really am basic. The only place that I have used social media is Facebook because I'm comfortable with it. So I put out information about, you know, the products. I put out information about the business opportunity a few times a week because you're branding yourself. So you have to put the information out so they know that you're there. So I do that, and I just, you know, sprinkle it in with the rest of my life, but I don't do anything outlandish or crazy. There's no big bunches of money being spent on marketing or anything like that. And then outside of that, I just make conversations with people. I mean, how many times have you leaned over and started talking to somebody when you're in the hair chair or the nail chair, you know, or you meet somebody at a bar and she's sitting next to you and she happens to ask you what you do for a living, you know, have a conversation. People are so afraid of connections these days. And I'd like to see that come back. But I think that the people that are in this business that are our age group are way better at that. So
I think that we're a little bit, as we age, we learn that we are a little bit more comfortable in our own skin, right?
Right.
Comes a point where you really don't care what anybody else says, I think. And it's very liberating, and we're here and we can enjoy it, and we just love to share, you know, what works for us. So yeah, you had some really good points there, Whitney. Another thing that kind of goes with this is like, what does success mean to you? You know, what is success to you? Like for Whitney, I think she gets her greatest feeling of success when she hears people say how much better they feel. Some people are focused on the income or where you're going to be in about 5 years. So just real quick on my 5-year retirement plan, what I was thinking, like I'm not making 6 figures a month. That's not my retirement, but I'm making enough where I can pay off things each month. So each month, my little paycheck that I get goes towards a debt. I've paid off several things. So I may not have the money in the bank, but it's been paying everything off so that I don't need as much money to come in. You know what I mean? Whitney's able to save her little egg for retirement or for bigger and better things down the road. So that's what she's doing. That's her success. Mine is being able to pay everything off when the time comes and I'm ready to skedaddle from my day job. I can do it because I've paid everything off and I'm in a situation where I can handle that.
That's so exciting.
Yeah. So I guess the next thing we'll quickly talk about a few surprises, like things that we were like, oh, wow, this is great with network marketing or with just being with Green Compass, a few different things that surprised you. I'll just throw in my 2 cents here and then I'll let you take over, Whitney. The training and support. You have as much training as you want. You can train for 24 hours a day for 3 months and never hear the same thing over again. They have so much training for us. So you can come into this not knowing anything. And I honestly, people talk about, oh, I thought, CBD was from marijuana. I had no idea there were 2 different types of plants, but I trusted it. I trust Green Compass with my family, so all of the training and support that you could ever imagine so that you can learn the business. I felt like this was so easy to sell. Like if you're excited and you're feeling good and you just tell somebody about it, they're going to want in. It's really, really easy. It's easy to sell, but it still takes effort. And I have this in the wrong section here, but another surprise or another benefit of being in our age group is that, and I think Whitney had talked about this, is that we're all usually a little bit more financially stable than, younger people just getting out of school. They have a lot of debt, you go over time. I mean, we still have debt. I don't think you can ever get away from it, but we're a little bit more comfortable. So people in our age group might want to splurge and spend a few extra bucks on themselves, buy those supplements to help with their, health, like with the collagen and everything. So I think that's what helps us a little bit more with selling to people in our age group. And
very good points. Okay, so I'll do this real quickly and then we'll wrap it up for you guys. So one of the biggest surprises for me was the community and the friendships that I've been able to make. Like I said, I don't do the book club and the pickleball and all the stuff. So it's been fun for me to get to know people. And we always talk about in Green Compass that we are the mindset is a one team mindset. It is a family, it's a family business. So although not everybody feels that way, the majority of everybody does. And I know that for me, it has been like that. And in the beginning, I was able to reach out. I made friends with lots of people. I just went on and friended people that were in the business, that were on the page, that I seemed to value what they said and what I learned from. So I created a friendship through Facebook. And I am at the point now with my business that I get calls from people all the time. There's one on here right now that I'm having lunch with in another week, that, somebody reaches out that's not in my team, but wants to talk to me or pick my brain or find out how I would deal with something, or what would I suggest to a customer that has this ailment. I mean, I'm always happy to talk to people about that, even if it doesn't benefit me. And I think, I think that comes along with the mature age too, but we really are a one team company, and the friendships and the family, the camaraderie that you feel through this business is just so invaluable. And I would do it over again 1,000 times. And I hope I'm here for a long time.
Me too. Thank you. All right. So there was a couple, I know we want to wrap this up because we're almost at a half hour.
That's
But-
good.
Okay. So we had someone ask, Carol said, I would love to hear your favorite products and why. So I'm just going to really quick say that right now, my two favorite, because sometimes they change, right? You kind of course, I started with the tincture. I love that. And then the nano jellies, I love that. But now my favorite are the full spectrum. The full spectrum jellies. So my regimen, I take a half in the morning and half at night. That's what I do. I love it. And then the collagen, I drink my collagen every day. And my number one favorite one is the lemon lime. I love it. I love it. Second would be melon, and I put that in hot tea, and it's so good. So I have, my mix of that. That's what I go with. What's your favorite, Whitney?
So I have 3 right off the bat. I started like you did with the tinctures, and I love them, and I still go back to them. I don't use them every day, but some days, we have better days than others. But anyway, my absolute favorite right now is those full spectrum jellies. They are amazing. I do not take them in the morning because they relax me and chill me so well that I usually take them mid-afternoon. And I also take the collagen, and my God, Green Compass, please bring back the chocolate.
Yeah.
That stuff's amazing. I've been putting that in my protein shake in the morning, and it is so good. And I will tell you, I had the thinning hair from losing all of my hair from cancer and everything, but this collagen works better than any I've ever used. I can go on and on about it, but yeah, that's one of my favorites. My hair's great. My skin's great. My nails are great. But the thing that I like the best about it, my joints, connective tissue, all that stuff feels so much better on a daily basis. I just cannot even sell enough of it.
Yay, 50 and older.
I know, right? And the one other thing that I love, and I do use almost every day, almost if I need it or not, is the Reduce cream. I mean, that pain cream is so amazing. I will put it sometimes on my feet. I have a little bit of that restless leg thing in the middle of the night. I have used it if I felt stressed or feel a little tension migraine. I'll put it on my temples, put it on my forehead at night when I go to bed. I mean, it is amazing. And if you're really hurting, it's like nothing else, instant relief. So those are my 3, but I could go on and on, like I said.
All right. Well, I think we've covered everything that we wanted to talk about. But really, I want to thank everybody for joining in, and maybe we can get together more often and talk, because this is kind of fun. So to anyone that watches this, if you have any more questions, of course, you can always comment or message us, but please reach out to the person that invited you to this call. And I'm sure that they can get all the answers you need. And if not, they can, we always know where to find the answers if you don't have the answers. Right. So I hope everyone has a great day. And thanks again for joining us.
Thanks for joining, you guys. Have a great Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.